Welcome to another episode of Samadrita Talkshow. And today I'm going to introduce to you to someone whom you might have known, but I believe you really didn't get chance to have some real conversations. He has been riding motorcycles for over 30 years, covering around 400,000 kilometers across India, United States and Canada. He has gained organic followers of 48,000 in Facebook and 20,000 in YouTube. He has experience in long rides, be it in India, from Kolkata to North Bengal, which was approximately 650 kilometers at one go, or Kharagpur to Chilka Lake at Orissa, which was around 450 kilometers at one go. He has also covered remote places in Utah, Nevada, North Carolina, name it all. He has done so many rides. And of course, he has successfully accomplished the cross-country riding from North Carolina, US to Toronto, Canada and back. His contribution in the biking world has recently been recognized by Suzuki Canada. And he dreams of building a group of passionate and skilled riders. Welcome to my show, none other than Mr. Saikat Mridha, who prefers to call himself Saikat as per the Bengali pronunciation, and who believes that passion is engraved in his DNA. Welcome, Mr. Saikat, in my show.
Thank you, Samadrita, for having me in this show. I'm really feeling proud to be part of this show. I watch your shows and I like it because of the quality you produce. So thanks again for having me in this show.
It's actually our pleasure to have you on the show, and I think the quality that we produce, it's entire kudos to the whole of the team.
Kudos to the team.
So tell us more about how you discovered this passion for riding.
It was back in childhood. It was my dad's motorcycle, and he understood that even I have that passion for riding in my blood because my dad had it. And then when, for the first time, I got a chance to ride with him, I realized after that, I could not live without riding the motorcycle. So sometimes I had a little bit fight with dad, to get that motorcycle of him, to get to ride. Every day I used to wait for him to come back from his duty so that, I can get hold of his motorcycle and I could ride it. So from then I realized, I have passion for motorcycle. And now it is very evident. I cannot live without riding the motorcycle.
Yeah, and I think from there the name has come as Riding in DNA.
Yes. So, you know what? I felt that I have passion for riding motorcycles in me too much. And then I realized, probably I have it in my DNA. So to me, it's like anybody who has riding in his or her DNA can call themselves as Riding in DNA.
Well, that's a very innovative name and I really like that. And I believe many people who are watching you actually appreciate the name. And that is why you have got so many organic followers.
And you're welcome to the family.
So you have experience riding in US, India and Canada. So in terms of, let's say, the qualities that you would like to appreciate while you ride across these countries, what would it be?
See, different countries have different qualities because of the people you are there, because of the culture. I would say back in India, finding directions back in time, not nowadays. Nowadays, Google Map runs pretty well in India, except few places, few funny incidents where you will end up probably in a pond or something. Except that, in general, nowadays Google Map works pretty well. But back in time, we were almost very much dependent on people. And people on the roads were very helpful. So whichever long journeys I have done back in India, whenever I asked for any direction on the road, people were very helpful. But in US and Canada, we do not see those many people on streets, right, on the roads. So we are entirely dependent on either your pre-studied map or Google Map. So that is kind of, difference I could remember as of now. But there are other differences people are helpful in all these countries in different ways. So one thing is common between all these countries is that if you're passionate about riding motorcycles, you are going to enjoy riding everywhere.
Yeah, I agree because, in India, people are very helpful, I know, because whether they know you or don't, if you have something to ask, they are always having like some answers prepared and will help you.
Yes.
But in countries, especially in North America, the precision of the maps really helps. So it
Yeah.
doesn't, we don't feel the need of reaching out to people most of the times
Yeah.
because the maps are so very clear and they will
Yeah.
direct you to the right way.
Yeah, right.
I agree. So these are some good points that you have highlighted. But is there something that you feel that can be improved across all these three countries?
Definitely, yes. In India, there are lots of scopes of improvement. Your safety of riding, road conditions, then law enforcement. So all of these things can be improved a lot. And in US and in Canada, it's very similar between US and Canada. Here, I think, especially in Canada, as the weather is not that much suitable for riding, as we know, most of the times it's cold here. So we get chance to ride for, say, like 4 or 5 months. And because of that reason, many people over here, mainly the drivers, like who drive cars or any other vehicles, not motorcycles, they're not used to seeing motorcycle on the streets.
Yeah.
So they always treat motorcycles as like the other vehicles. They always pull up very close to the motorcycle, do not understanding the danger of it. So I think these motorcycle cultures need to be adopted in Canada too, in a bigger sense, so that riders also feel safe on the streets.
Right. And anything in US that you want to improve?
In US, I don't think so. So whatever kind of freedom I felt in US, that was amazing. So motorcycle riding was pleasure over there. And luckily, the places I have been to, those had very little winter or nearly none. So I got chance to ride motorcycle throughout the entire year. And over there, even people are used to motorcycle culture.
Right.
So they don't used to bother that much. They always used to maintain good amount of distance. Whenever you stop at a light or stop at the back of someone, the vehicle behind you used to stop far away. But here, as people do not know, they're not aware, they always pull up very close to the motorcycle. And also, while the vehicles are moving, when the bike is moving, there is
It's very risky then.
Yes, of course. And imagine this condition, like if it's raining, a motorcycle is going, and behind it there is a car, and if it's very close, the car won't even know that the motorcycle is slowing down.
Right.
Because what happens in our cars, right, that when we slow down, when we press brake, it turns the brake light on, so the vehicle behind the car knows that, okay, that car is slowing down, then that vehicle is going to slow down. But in case of bike, when we rev down, we do not apply brake. The bike is still slowing down. So that is kind of not understandable from the vehicle behind it. So if somebody is following very close, they won't even know when they have hit the motorcycle. So it's kind of very dangerous to follow a motorcycle. It may be raining, not raining, winter, summer, at any time. So it's a message to all of you who are not into motorcycle riding, or you have never ridden a motorcycle and you do not know how it operates. Please always maintain good amount of distance between your vehicle and the motorcycle ahead of you, because you might end up hitting the motorcycle without even knowing. So please maintain good amount of distance.
Yeah, I think even if it's not a motorcycle, even if it's a car, there should be a safe distance. That's what the law says.
Yes.
So be it whatever vehicle, we should always maintain that. Like even if it's a car, they shouldn't get so much close that you don't give that cushion if something happens. So same for motorcycle, like we should practice that. I think irrespective of whatever vehicle is on the road, it's our duty to ensure the safety of ourselves and the people who are on the like road or the highway, wherever we are traveling.
Yes,
So, yeah.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
So it's not just the motorcycle.
Yeah.
I gave you the example of motorcycle because
I get
in
it.
one aspect, nobody is going to know that it's slowing down.
Right.
But in case of other vehicles, they would know. But irrespective of all of these points, all the vehicles should maintain good amount of distance, keeping this thing in mind that right at that moment, if the vehicle ahead of you is stopping right away, would you be able to manage to stop your vehicle in that much amount of distance?
Right.
If no, then maintain that much amount of distance which you think needed to stop your vehicle.
Yeah.
Period. If you are following within a closer distance than that, you who are taking risk knowingly. what I found out, that most of the accidents take place during the office time, what we see over
Yes,
here. Every day.
yeah.
Every day, this QEW and all these highways are red during the office time, right?
Yes.
Most of the accidents, almost all of the accidents take place because of this close distance.
Yeah, and what he's saying is if it's a motorcycle, you have to be more careful.
Yes.
Because the chance of like hitting the bike or hitting yourself increases a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you are right, because awareness among people out here in Ontario is not much. They are not very used to this motorcycle. I wouldn't say bicycle, because bicycle puts into a different culture.
Oh yeah, that's a completely different thing. Yeah.
So they are not used to the culture of motorcycle riders out there.
Yeah.
And since they see it only very like short span of time, they forget like whatever. Eventually the rules are same for everything, but they forget it.
Yeah.
So that like creates a lot of risk for everyone on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we have discussed like what can be improved, but I would like to know, like, is there any experience that you would like to share with the audience which is like worth remembering?
There are lots of memories and lots of
Has to be.
experiences. Because I've been riding for like around 30 years.
Yeah.
There are many distinct memories. One particular memory I like remember very distinctly. That is the first time when I was able to ride motorcycle successfully. At that time, my dad was sitting on the pillion seat and he was guiding me riding motorcycle. So that was the first time I was able to let the clutch go properly. There was no knocking and I was able to ride it successfully. So that memory is very distinct. That is very special.
Yeah, so in most of our cases, I would say our parents are our heroes, because they are the ones who teach us the first things in our life, which we like carry it forward even when we are old.
Yes.
Right? So those memories are really special.
Absolutely. The good habits you learn from your parents, that go very long way.
Yeah, I agree. So just to understand, like I know there are certain people in Canada who do not like motorcycle riders because maybe of their reckless driving, or sometimes of their attitude that they have, which they sometimes people find here very loud. So do you think it is justified?
I cannot justify or unjustify it. The thing is, bikers are always loud.
Yeah.
Because our thoughts are always very clear. Before I say bikers, see, there will always be some rotten apples in all the communities.
Yeah, I agree.
So we should not judge a whole community based on some bad people. Okay, there will always be bad people in each and every community.
Yeah.
So in general, bikers are very loud and we don't fear stuffs. Okay. The very first thing, the very first experience you have when you ride a motorcycle is the taste of freedom. It goes way deeper than one common man can think about. Okay, it goes way deeper than that. So when you get a taste of freedom, you learn lots of things and you start going against lots of conventional thoughts and all. I don't want to go into, deeper into that. So that probably will be stored for another show or another episode. So in general, yeah, we bikers are loud. And I agree that there are some bikers who ride really bad on the public roads. But most of us, we respect the presence of other vehicles on the road. We respect their freedom too. We respect their rights too. So, so please do not judge the whole community by only few of them. Especially the good bikers, okay, like which are most of us. We always respect women, children, older people. Whenever we see them crossing roads and all, we always stop. We always stop the whole traffic behind us. See, we are courageous enough to, stop the traffic, to help someone.
Yeah, I totally agree with him, because at least the riders that I have met personally were very good, very positive. Yes, they are loud, but I can say they are loud because they are very pure in their intentions. So they'll say just everything on your face. So that is one good thing. And they are very brave. Whenever you need them, they are there by your side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And as he said, like, of course, there will be some rotten apples, rotten fruits, whatever. If your basket, like in general, what we do when there is something rotten, we throw it out, right? And we collect the good things. So that's what we have to do. So I am lucky enough to find out those good riders. But general public, how do they identify good riders?
You won't see them running dangerously on public roads. Now, again, when we say dangerous, it can differ from person to person. To me, when I drive my own car, if I see that there are some motorcycles which are running very fast without impacting my driving, I don't care. Is their ride, let them mind their own business. Okay. But if he's stopping abruptly in front of me, he's impacting my driving, then it's something to get concerned about. Those are not good riders. Good riders are those, maybe they are riding with traffic speed, maybe they are riding with high speed or maybe very fast, but not bothering anyone. Those are the good riders, I would say.
Yeah, this makes sense. So, listening to this, I feel like, do you have any message for the government or the police just to make conditions better for the riders in Ontario?
For the police, I do not have much. I respect cops. Without them, the society is not safe. So we need them. And again, the same thing applies to their community too. So there will always be some rotten apples.
Yeah.
I do not judge them by that. Most of the cops I have met, they are really good. They are very helpful. Only few of them, like it's common, like human nature, right? Everybody is different. So some of them were jealous about motorcycles and all. So they will always create trouble. But almost all of them are good. They're already doing their job. So I respect whatever they're doing. And they are keeping the society safe. So if any one of you are watching as cop, I salute you for the duty you're doing for the society. Thank you. Thank you for keeping everyone of us safe. And now let's come to the point what government can do. Government can do a lot. Very first thing is the road condition. The road condition is really bad here. Please don't get me wrong. I am just bringing the truth out here. Okay. Maybe you got already used to, driving your car or riding your motorcycle on these bad roads, and you know where the potholes are. You just avoid it, you go, and it becomes part of your life. But to me, each and every day when I see it, I see there is a fault from the government. So the road condition must be made better here. We are paying a hell lot of tax to the government. Still, the roads are bad. So I think the road condition needs to get better. And with the good road conditions, oh my God, riding is such a pleasure. And where you have like good curvy roads and all, this is like heaven for bikers. You ask any biker about curvy roads or twisties, they will get a huge smile on their face. If you don't see a smile, he's not a biker. Back to the point, the road condition needs to be way better. That is first point. Second point is the insurance. Insurance is, I would say, is a scam here. If someone is a new rider, he gets his new motorcycle license at the age of say like 20 or say like 25. That person, if he buys a 600cc motorcycle, he will have to pay around 600 to 700 or maybe even more, sometimes $1,000 per month as insurance, which is way more than what he's probably paying for his motorcycle EMI. That's like way too much. So we have another country just beside us, that is US. This same scenario, if we consider in US, it's gonna be around say 50 or $60 per month.
Oh.
So just see the difference, like two countries just side by side, right? How can that be such a huge difference? I think government need to, pitch in and do something about it. And this is not just applicable to motorcycles, this is applicable to cars too.
Yeah.
Back in US, people pay like, $15-20 per month. And all, by the way, in US, almost all the insurance companies cover towing as well. Here in Canada, none of these insurance company cover towing. So you have to have your own towing plans, right? There, it already considered inside your insurance. So as a whole, insurance is a huge scam here. So I think government need to work on that.
Yeah, it's not that we are comparing countries.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's just bringing the best of the two worlds and what can be improved in Canada. That's
For the people of Canada.
For the people, yeah. Yeah, because at the end, it'll just not benefit the riders, but also the drivers.
Absolutely.
So it's a win-win situation for the people of Canada.
Right.
So it's a very good thought, I would say. So let's say if somebody wants to step into this motorcycle riding world in Ontario, what are the steps of getting the license out here?
Licensing has three parts. First, M1, then M2, and then M.
Okay.
You have to clear written exam, and then you are gonna get M1. Then after 6 months, you can appear for M2. Once you clear your M2, then you have to wait either for 24 months or for 18 months. Then you can appear for your final M exam. M is the full license.
Okay.
Now, the difference between 24 months and 18 months is that if you take a government sponsored safety course, then your time is going to reduce from 24 months to 18 months. These are the stuffs on a very high level.
It's similar to the driving system, like licensing system of G.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
So this is the way how a new rider can get their license in Ontario. But in your case, you already had license from US.
Right.
So how easy was it to get it here in Ontario?
For me, I would say I got really lucky. I didn't even know about all these processes like M1, M2, M, and all this blah, blah, blah. I had no idea. I moved here with my car and motorcycle full license here, and I went to Service Ontario. They converted that to Ontario license.
Okay.
So until I met with some riders from here, I didn't know the pain people are going through over here. So when I'm already talking about this, let me highlight this thing. I don't want to say anything bad about the process, but I just want to highlight it. What is the reason behind making this process so complex?
Right.
What is the reason? Is this process making better drivers, better riders? Absolutely not. Back in US, getting your car license or motorcycle license is very easy. As I've lived in both the places, I have seen way better drivers and way better riders in US. How? It's definitely then not because of this licensing process, right? So I would say, or rather, the drivers over here are not that great compared to US. I would be very frank. Okay.
I agree to that. Yeah.
So definitely this complex licensing process is not helping anyone. Literally not helping anyone. So I would say people from government, if you are watching it, this is the third point for you for improvement, the licensing process. Think about something else. Make it easier.
Yeah.
Keep some other check where you can check the skills of the driver, the knowledge of the driver, but make it easier for them to get a license.
I agree, because on the roads nowadays, I really don't find much skilled riders, I won't say, but drivers.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. Like sometimes, every time I hear like something is going wrong on the road, somebody met with an accident. So yeah, if something can be done to actually make it easy for the public, that would be great. That's not in compromising with the skill set, definitely. But yeah, just make it easier for the public.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you.
I know you speak a lot about skilled riders, but again, there are a group of riders who love to show off.
Yeah.
Basically, the wannabes.
Yeah.
So, do you really think there are any steps that they can actually take in to have that change in their mindset and transition into skilled riders? Is that even possible?
I don't think that will ever happen. Most of those kind of riders, they do not like the change. They want to be in that way. There are different kinds of riders there. Some like to ride only on the track. You will never see them riding on the street or on the public roads. There are some riders like me who rides on the streets as well as on the track. And there are some riders who always ride on the streets, and there are some riders who always like to do stunts on public roads. Some of them do it safely when they see empty roads and empty spaces. There they do. And some of them just literally like to get attention from people. They always do it dangerously. They always do it in heavy traffic. They don't care. And I mean, it depends on their skills too. Sometimes they can meet with accidents and all. And again, that rotten apple thing, so people will get bad impression from them. They will think like all these remaining categories, all of these riders are like those riders, but it's not true. So yeah, I would say those riders will probably never change. But the riders who are really passionate about, pushing their limits, pushing their skills to the next level, they will always try to head towards track, head towards where they are gonna get chance to become better riders. They will get training, they will follow better riders. So yeah, if they want, they can. So it's all about how much they want. So if I give an example of myself, so initially I started with long touring and all. Then later on I got addicted to fast riding, fast cornering, leaning, and all these stuffs. Then because of that kind of my passion to get into good riding, I got into track riding, and then I met with a lot of good riders who are influencing me in the right direction to become a better version of myself. Being able to ride better on the track, it not just helps you on the track, it helps you to become a better rider on the streets as well. So you learn anything from the track that's going to help you in your day-to-day life while you ride on the public streets too. So it's just about what you want.
Yeah, this made me remind of one thing, like what you think, you will always attract that.
Oh,
so,
yes.
So it's just like, since somebody wants to become skilled, they will always attract those positive people around them who will challenge him or maybe influence him to become the better version of themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with this, I would like to know, like, what are the safety measures one can take on the Ontario roads, be it for a new rider or an experienced one?
Many thanks for this question. I'm going to make a dedicated video about it. I am planning to do one because it is very painful to see lots of riders dying every year. That's truth.
Okay.
I mean, it can sound bad, but that is true. And most of the times, it's not because of their fault. There are situations which are unavoidable, but there are situations which can be avoided with common sense. So the very first thing I suggest to all my rider brothers and sisters is that nothing can beat your common sense. When you ride on the street, just keep your eyes wide open and always be aware of your surrounding. Always have your mirrors in proper positions so that you can see what's behind you. You can always see what's there ahead of you, but to see what's behind you, you need the mirrors. There are lots of riders who take the mirrors out. They don't have mirrors on their motorcycles.
Isn't that risky?
Oh, absolutely risky. Absolutely. So I literally cannot ride my motorcycle without mirrors. Absolutely. I cannot ride it. So even, like sometimes I walk very less though. Whenever I'm walking on the street, to know who's behind me, due to my muscle memory, I look at my right or look at my left. You know why? Because I think there is a mirror. So I got so much used to looking at mirror to know what's behind me.
Right.
I'm using the same thing unintentionally in my daily life too.
Right.
So they do not have those mirrors. They do not know what's going on in the behind. So you need to have your mirrors. Please do not remove those. Those are there for a reason. Okay.
Yeah.
So first thing is you need to know your surrounding. Then you need to, get to that point of riding where looking at a vehicle, you know that what it's going to do next. So that's something comes out of your common sense. That's going to help you big time. So if you know that some vehicle ahead of you is going to take a left or a right, even when their turn signals are not on, that's going to help you big time. That's going to save you. So yeah, I mean the common sense, and then definitely your riding gears. Do not ride your motorcycle without proper riding gears. This is extremely important. See, when we drive our cars or any other vehicles, we are enclosed within a metal body.
Right.
With small impact, nothing is going to happen to our body. We are safe inside. We have airbags too. We have a lot of things inside, right? But in case of motorcycle, the very first thing will happen is that you are going to fall. So if you fall at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, I don't want to scare you guys. Okay. Motorcycle riding is really fun. The taste of freedom, as I was saying in the beginning of the show. But there are some downsides too, which we should always consider and we should always be prepared. So that's why I'm saying, like, when somebody falls at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, every second you lose 1 inch of your muscle. Like when you scratch on the ground. So within a second, your bone is going to come out.
Oh.
So don't get scared. So if somebody thinks like, yeah, jeans is like a thick material, let's ride with jeans. If I fall, it's going to be okay. No. If that person falls on jeans, it's going to go away just like this within a second. And then it's skin, then muscle, then bone. So always wear good gears, especially leather gears. That helps big time. Okay. So your leather jacket, your leather pant, riding shoes, big riding shoes, not the small ones, good gloves, and most importantly, a very good helmet. Nothing can beat a very good helmet. If your head is not good,
Yeah.
nothing is good. And also take good care of your motorcycle too, so that you can trust it when you ride it on the street, and you can enjoy riding it.
It acts like a single body at that time.
Oh yes,
So it
yes.
has to be properly maintained.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So when you ride your motorcycle, when you get used to riding it, you do not think that, I'm going to press the clutch now because I have to slow down. I have to, apply brake now. I have to throttle down.
Right.
You don't think, it just happens because you become a single body. You feel the whole motorcycle. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I would agree. Like gears are very important because I do have experience without wearing the gears. Specifically, I had open shoes. So I met with an accident and I got my ankle broken. So I know how to take care of myself right now whenever I'm on bikes. So yeah, this is very important that you should wear your gears, not your hot pants, not your I would say tees. It should be jackets properly covered.
Oh yeah, and absolutely. To the female now, the advice to the female riders and female pillions. If you do not know what is pillion is who rides at the back of the motorcycle, on the back seat.
Yeah, I'll just rectify. Like I'm not a rider, I'm a pillion. And the experience that I just shared is from a pillion perspective. So if I'm asking a pillion to be careful, a rider has to be more careful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So now back to the point. Advice to the female riders and the female pillions. If you wear something, very fancy, something very hot and all, please wear that inside your gears. Okay. Do not bring some harm to you. You never know when the motorcycle is gonna crash. Okay, it's gonna fall. Most of the times, it's not because of the rider's fault, somebody else's fault.
Yeah,
and
totally
then
agree.
You have lifelong scars. So please always wear good gears. Doesn't matter whether you are a pillion or you are the rider. Please always.
Yeah, better be safe than be sorry.
Absolutely.
So coming to my next question. So let's say there is a new rider who wants to ride in Ontario. What would be your suggestion to him or her for a bike and why?